Hi, it is wash day. I'm looking real crazy, okay? But that's not the point. The point is today I'm going to try the Blowout Professor's like healthy hair routine on my natural hair. So if you're interested in that, then just keep on watching. So his whole thing, starting out with the shampooing, is to make sure that you just apply your shampoo to the root, really work it in. I've heard some people say that before, but I'm gonna try this in a combination with a few other things that he suggests. So for natural hair with like really thick roots, for me, this is like my secret weapon, the color applicator bottle. So I have two different shampoos here. I tend to use two different shampoos. Is that extra? I don't know. But I have one in here and one in here. I'm gonna take these in the shower and literally just put it directly on my roots and put it on my roots. Something else he says that I'm going to pay attention to while I'm in the shower is that the shampoo is supposed to, in its form like this without the lather, is supposed to bind to the oil and the gunk in your scalp. And so your first wash is not going to be a lot of lather, but the second wash will lather up because it has nothing to bind to. And he's speaking strictly for like salon brand shampoos. All right, that's better. I had my stand right here. So anyway, yes, he's strictly speaking for salon brand shampoos. He says that for drugstore shampoos, it is like kind of a fake lather. So this is an Innocent shampoo. It's a salon brand, so I'm gonna use that for my hair. And work it in, do 2 washes. He says you always need to do 2 washes. And I'm just gonna focus strictly on the scalp. Then I'm gonna condition and get out of the shower, and then we are going to do the other steps that he recommends. So I'm very excited for this video. I hope that it is entertaining, informative. I kind of want to see how I feel at the end of it. So let's go ahead and get into the shower, wash the hair, and I'll come back with my thoughts. I also forgot to mention that my scalp is like kind of flaky. I'm feeling kind of itchy, and it's only been a week since I've washed my hair, which is normal for me. I wash it every week, but this time, I don't know, maybe I have no idea why, but I'm feeling real crusty, real itchy, like no bueno. So I'm hoping to get a really good wash in. It is about 5:30 right now, so I'm gonna get in the shower and then see if I spend less time, more time, and kind of get back to you on that. Okay, so I'm out of the shower. I did not enjoy that detangling process one bit. I feel like out of anything, it's not even my ends, but my roots just get so tangled when I'm doing this motion. I do think I got a really good wash, I will say that. Just literally focusing all my attention on my scalp and just like really getting in there. But the detangling was a freaking nightmare. And that's something that I kind of struggle with regularly. It's like I always get the best results if I wash my hair in braids or like secure the root a little bit, because otherwise it can just get real out of hand. And it's just not enjoyable. So that's that. First impressions. My hair does feel really like juicy and clean and moisturized, which is good. So in the Blowout Professor's videos, he recommends to squeeze your hair out and then put the conditioner in, which I feel like, I don't know, maybe it just absorbed a little bit more or something, but feels pretty good. I'm going to go and do the next steps, which are like a blowout cream and, well, leave-in conditioner, then a blowout cream. Okay, we are here at my vanity, and now is the time for a leave-in conditioner. This is the one that, yes, leave-in conditioner. This is the one that I'm using, the Briogeo Farewell Frizz. And the Blowout Professor is very passionate about leave-in conditioner. And funnily enough, I don't really use leave-in conditioner. Like I haven't for a very long time. And I am excited to see kind of how this is going to affect. It's more so, or less so, excuse me, about affecting your style today, and more so about the longevity and the moisture, as you go like between washes and things like that. So using this. And then for the blowout cream, which the Blowout Professor recommends, and I never really even thought about this. You just, like, I think of heat protectant from the perspective of blowing my hair straight with like a blow dry brush or with the comb attachment rather than kind of the indirect blowouts that I do. But this is a blow dry protection cream from Briogeo, also the Farewell Frizz line. And it does offer heat protection, I think up to 450 Fahrenheit. Also, it's supposed to help reduce frizz and all of that good stuff. So we're gonna try the leave-in conditioner, and which we're gonna apply from like mids down. His whole thing is like shampoo and conditioner is for your roots, the leave-in conditioner, and I guess the moisturizing ingredients and the blowout creams are for your mids. And then we'll talk about the ends in a second. So his whole thing is about how, you know, having something for each section of your hair so that it kind of grows out all super healthy. So yeah, I'm gonna use this stuff and then I'll come back. Before applying the leave-in conditioner, he recommends you use an old t-shirt to squeeze out the excess moisture. So that's what I'm gonna do. Right here, my scalp looks like a little pink. That's because I was like really getting in there. And again, I told you, I was like, my scalp was really dry. I think it really needed it. Okay, that is that. And I'm just gonna do one section for you. And I'm gonna try not to disturb my curls too much. Like, so he always recommends like a spray leave-in conditioner. I know a lot of conditioners come in a cream form, but his are like, it has to be leave-in conditioner, not a serum, not a treatment. And then a lot of the ones he recommends are sprays. So I did my best to find one. I was like, get a little generous. So I'm gonna twist this back up, let it absorb for a second, and then I'm gonna come back with the blow dry cream. And as mentioned, well, I think with the blowout cream, I am going to probably struggle a little bit more in terms of doing my best not to disturb my curls, but we will see. Okay, leave-in conditioner is in, and we're gonna use this blow dry cream for some heat protection and I guess additional moisture, whatever, I don't know. I'm listening to the blowout professor here. So you're supposed to use, I think it says 1 to 2 quarter-sized amounts on damp hair, applying that evenly from root to tip, blow dry and style as desired. So I think I'm gonna use about a dime size amount per 1/8. There we go. And I don't need to worry about weight because I'm wearing a stretched wash and go today. So I'm really trying not to disturb the curls, but it's kind of hard to when you're applying a cream, you know? But just gonna squeeze it in there. Okay, it's not too bad. I still have some curl action. It smells really good. It smells interesting. Not like a perfume per se, but like floral, fresh, kind of. So make sure to get in there from root to tip because you want your roots to have blow dry protection as well. Okay, there's that. And then I'll bring you back once I just put like literally the teeniest amount because my hair in the middle, like my crown, is like the coarsest and the hardest to manage. So I'm gonna put this like a teeniest bit more there. Okay, we're gonna twist this up and then move on to our other sections. Okay, everything is applied. At this point, he recommends brushing through the product so it's distributed from roots to ends. Again, I'm not gonna do that because I don't wanna disturb my curls and I've already detangled with my conditioner in the shower. So we're getting ready to blow dry, which is his next step. I'm gonna use my Rev Air and I'm gonna blow dry my hair and then I'll come back and la la la, and we'll keep going. Okay, this is big for your blow dry. So his blow dry is like a two-parter. So he does a rough blow dry and then the blow dry to like do the blowout, you know? I'm just doing a one-step blow dry because I have the Rev Air. But he says to stop, like your blow dry is done when your hair gets hot. And then once it's hot, then you stop. You don't keep going and going and going and blow drying and blow drying and blow drying. I thought that was fascinating because sometimes you do wonder, it's like when to stop, you know, when is it dry, blah, blah, blah. But he says, yeah, once it's warm or hot, then you're done. And then you should be able to avoid heat damage in that way, is to not kind of like over blow dry your hair. And if you're doing a two-step blow dry, like a rough blow dry, and then using a brush, he says for the rough blow dry, stop like at the point where you start seeing signs of frizz. And I thought that was really insightful as well. But again, I'm not doing a two-parter today. I'm just doing the one. So I'm going to stop when my section is warm and I'm going to keep an eye on it. You know, the Rev Air works pretty quickly. So I'm just going to keep my eye on it. Go for a little bit, touch it, go for a little bit, touch it, just to make sure I'm not over drying my hair. Okay, my blow dry is done. It may not look like there's any like kink in my hair, but there is. I'm gonna use my eye create hold to finish off my style. I'm gonna diffuse for a second. You know, if you haven't seen my video of how I style my hair, I'll link it. And then I'm gonna come back for the last step. Okay, this is like several days later. And I realized I forgot to finish this out. So the last step is hair oil. And I'm using the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Strengthening Treatment Oil. I think I did mention that in the last clip. So this is what he recommends to put oil on clean hair. And that's when it works its magic. And he does seem to recommend periodically like topping this up in between washes. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm kind of like scrunching it in because I don't have a blowout or whatever this week. But I want to talk to you about, now that I'm near the end of this, my experience and what I will take away from this. So I am trying to grow my hair out. I think I've mentioned this in several videos at this point. I am in a wedding next year and I just want mermaid hair vibes and I just want to grow it out. So that's what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to stick with, I say that to say, I'm going to stick with the leave-in conditioner and see if that kind of really helps. I have kind of noticed, I don't know if it's just in my head or not, that I've noticed that I don't seem to have like any catching or snapping or anything like that. I mean, here and there I would have it before, but I think with this extra lubrication in my hair and then coupled with the oil on the ends, like in this dress, for example, before I would kind of notice, because now my hair is like past here, so it's really kind of grazing on the back, and I would notice that it would kind of get stuck a little bit. But I think with that extra lubrication, it kind of helps. So anyway, I think I want to stick with that just to see if it really helps maintaining the mids and the ends, because I really thought that was a methodical strategy. It's pretty cool. This is editing me, but I am 1000% going to have to continue with some of the modifications I make for my curly hair for washing, because that tangling was absolutely a no for me. It's just like the lengths of my hair are totally fine, but the roots get absolutely out of control. And I just cannot, even if I'm making really small motions like this, it still just gets out of control and I can't do that. So that just absolutely does not work for me. And I also am taking more into account the blowout protection. I feel like I definitely neglected that, because when I think heat protection, I think I mentioned that. Like, I don't think a low, like an indirect heat blowout. So I'm definitely going to continue with that. I just don't know what type of product. I think I gravitate more towards a spray rather than a cream, but I don't know. I'm definitely going to experiment with that. There's a few that I kind of have researched that I'm thinking about getting that offer like thermal protection. Innersense has one. I think I'm going to pick that up. along with their leave-in conditioner and kind of try the full line because it's more geared toward curly hair. So I'm kind of more focusing on trying to find equivalent products that do something similar but for curly hair. So yes, that is kind of what I took away. I find it to be very interesting. As mentioned, I really love his videos, so I wanted to give his routine a try and figured I would film it, even though this was really crazy and not great quality. But yeah, so shout out to the Blowout Professor. Let me know if you've watched his videos and if you found this one interesting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. It has been a long day, but I was telling myself, you need to film this ending. So that's why I look like a little raccoony. I apologize, but thank you for not judging me in advance. I really appreciate it. I promise I will do better next time, but I'll see you soon. Bye now.